Pay attention. 4 elements of transformation. Showing up has a natural companion. Paying attention. When you show up for a reason. Paying attention suggests being fully attentive to the person, object, event, or circumstance that has brought you to this opportunity. A moment in time that invites all of your consciousness for inquiry. The mystic challenges all straight lines and square boxes. As a playful child naturally embraces exploration and wonder, the spirit of the mystic moves in circles, lives outside of form, and believes in the possibility of all things. Mystics embody the generative energy of life that creates something out of nothing. They shape form where there was only void, and mold raw material into beauty as the ultimate cosmic artist. Within the heart of the mystic is the capacity for awe and the beginning of wisdom. The mentee who seeks you may be like a lump of clay awaiting transformation. By paying attention to this creative possibility, you can help guide this malleable form in a process of becoming priceless art. By your attention, they will know that they matter and that they hold an important place in your mind and heart. Needing the certainty that the mentee is safe and has the autonomy to discover their own insights, your fairness and your willingness to welcome discovery with them will set the stage for the deepening relationship a mentor enjoys. Pay attention to these things. Because your personal universe is like the labyrinth that spirals outward, it is imperative to challenge your consciousness to match this expansion. Consciousness cannot be institutionalized, routinized, or limited to the naturally given 5 senses. Like the wind currents that flow over the planet, consciousness must be in process, for without movement, it becomes like stagnant air. Paying attention is what the mystic in you will do when you encounter something new, something different, something hidden, or never before seen. The hero mentor will watch the words as they form on the face of the one who has come to share their sacred story. They can hear beyond just the auditory and watch the story unfold in emotional color. This mentor acts beyond the limits of convention by doing nothing. This is the science of being. Being mindful with the one who may be scattered in multiple directions. Being available to the one who is not. The hero mentor is content with the discontent of the one who sits before them. Patient with impatience, and becomes love only when being love will make the difference. Paying attention is the reason for the effort of showing up in the first place, the purpose to the visit. If you miss the sunrise because you are too busy lamenting over the ashes of the house that once stood before you, you will never comprehend the poetic wisdom of this 17th century samurai warrior's haiku. Since my house burned down, I now own a better view of the rising moon. Mizuta Masahide, 1723. Seeing is what you think you do naturally, until impairment of age reminds you of things not to be taken for granted. Seeing beyond is how the mentor sees, and what allows you to see the forest from the trees, the whole as greater than the sum of the parts, the seemingly elusive purpose of your life, and the hidden players of your own journey. When you learn to see, really see, when you are able to pay attention to the small collection of stars within your limited viewing, celestial bodies that are made of the same substance as your own body, you see your ancestors, and you start paying attention in a new way. To listen is a most important skill in relationships, at home or in the marketplace. Listening requires showing up and paying attention in order to see and to hear. Hearing not just the multiple requests from the people of your mini-world, but the call of life purpose, the sound in silence, the symphony of joy, and the whisper of wisdom. And since the one who is able to hear listens with the eyes as well as the undivided attention of the heart, there can be the sight of sorrow with the sound of justice, the image of humility that accompanies the song of compassion. There is no limit to your experience in the realm of true presence. It requires your ability to pay attention to the difference you are making, which is rooted in the gifts of being inspiring as a mentor. Observe these 4 qualities for creating true presence. Be individually considerate by paying attention to each person at a time as if there was nothing but time and the availability of a generous heart that assures them that their presence is of utmost importance to you. You help them remember that they matter, that they have significance, and that you honor your time with them without the invasion of any distraction. Be intellectually stimulating by being masterful in your questioning. Draw them out into a thinking process that is not bound by routine or limited by possibilities. Guiding them toward innovation and self-direction challenges their own mystic within to live their questions. You can stimulate genius and awaken their brilliance by the depth of your questions. Be inspirationally motivating by being inspiring and sharing the passion of your discoveries. When you are clear about your purposeful life and the gifts that you bring for achieving your dreams, share that story with those you teach. They are hungry for an example that will inspire them along their pathway. And finally, be an ideal influence as you model the ability to share what you believe, what you value, and what you love. You were shaped by these ideals in your life as your mentor served as an example of what you might become. You now have that responsibility for being a living example of their dream. Those who watch will pay attention, and you will become an example of what and who they are seeking. A mentor, a hero. Pay attention. 4 insights of transformation. There's a story I've told many times about the greatest leader I know on the planet. When I was at my SEAL team, we got a new commander, Commander Brian Losey at the time, now Admiral Losey. When Brian came and took over the team, he was my 4th commander. I'd had 3 commanding officers before he arrived. Like all commanders, when he came aboard, he met everybody in the first week. We had 300 people at the team, 100 SEALs like me and 200 technicians or non-SEALs. And we all wore the same clothes, and we had no ranks or insignia or names on our uniforms. It was just blue t-shirts and black shorts and boots with dive socks rolled up outside of them. So we all looked pretty much the same. A little ethnicity, a little gender here and there, but pretty much 300 people that looked identical. A couple of weeks after I met him in passing, he shook hands and asked about our lives, and I went up to the admin office, which was outside of Brian's office, and I was making copies or whatever I had to do, and he happened to come out of his office, maybe for a cup of coffee. And he looked over and said, "Hey Rob, how you doing?" And I was shocked. For a tenth of a second, I had this internal dialogue with myself saying, wait, this guy met 300 people, and he recognizes me 3 weeks later and uses my name to identify me. How can that possibly work? I figured, he's gone to all these leadership schools and they've taught him all the tricks about memorizing names and mnemonics or other tricks like Rob's balding, and so Rob's balding becomes the way he remembers Rob when he sees me, because it's that bald guy in the same blue t-shirt and black shorts as everybody else. I just sloughed it off in my cynical way and said, I'm doing well, Captain. Thank you very much. Hope you're well too. And he said, yeah, and how's Cindy? In that moment, I realized that this was a leader who gave a damn about his people. And in that moment, I realized that leadership is about giving a damn about your people, ultimately. And that's what paying attention is. And from that moment, that SEAL leader had the allegiance of one SEAL I can speak for, and there are dozens more that I personally know who would follow him to the gates of hell. Not because he is a great athlete, not because he did lead SEAL Team 6 and all the famous stuff and combat and war and all of the things that are true about him, but because in addition to being a great warrior and a great leader, he gives a damn about his people and he pays attention.
The hero habits for pay attention are observe, listen, hear. Observe. Observe what you are feeling. What you are thinking. Which distractions are calling for you? So wanting to take you away from here. From this. from now. Let them be. For you are in another place, a different space, to observe. Have you ever noticed that life is double plotted? The wine is in the water. The water in a droplet. The light is in the darkness. The woman is in the man. And the Word was made flesh. Observe. Observe beneath, through, above, beyond. Perceive what is true inside the falsity. We can receive the inaccessible. We can discover the promise of paradox. But first, we must discover the simplicity in complexity. It is right here. See it. Feel it. Touch it. Know it. Listen. Listening is a gift given and a gift received. Your daughter calls Daddy. Your son calls Mom. But the true call is to listen to the heart of the one who seeks you. You have practiced your sitting quietly. You have been shaped for this opportunity by a womb that listened to your every need, your every desire. While the world goes faster, you can be still. While life spins with options, you can choose but one. To be here, to be present, to pay attention and listen to the one who has sought you. Here, you may have been most attentive. You might have given your best energy, used your best skills. But did you hear? Listening is not hearing. No more than writing is comprehension. Hearing comes from connection. It stems from the heart. You saw the story unfold with chapters you recognized. You felt the pain that had a familiar face. Compassion means to suffer with, while pity isolates. Empathy is a beginning, but compassion is connection. It is a pathway to another's heart. And you become a beat in their sacred life story. Observe, listen, hear. The hero habits for pay attention.